Hello students, welcome to batch 383 of Python. Am I audible? Please confirm in the chat box. Sridatta wanted to ask me the question. Just a moment, let me. Yes, please unmute yourself. Yes, Mr. Reddy, please unmute yourself if you want to ask me the question.
Oh, no, just I am saying yes only.
Okay, you just wanted to check whether it's working or not. In case you people want to ask me the question, just raise your hand. In that case, I'll help you out. Otherwise, you can question me or drop the message in the chat box. That would be better. Fine? Just raise your hand, I'll unmute you. So, welcome to the new batch of Python. My name is Ritu as a trainer, your trainer. Let's proceed with the session today. But before that, let me introduce myself. As I've told you, my name is Ritu. I'm working with Logic Lab Technologies for last 2 to 3 years. Now, when we are talking about the Logic Lab Technologies, see, our website is www.logiclabstech.com. I request you all go ahead with the Telegram group, Facebook page, just follow us everywhere. Okay, and you will be satisfied. Let me proceed with the course fee. The first 3 sessions will be free to attend. From the 4th session, the Zoom link will be changed and will be shared with the paid candidates only. So go ahead and join the 3 free demo sessions. First 2 sessions recordings will be uploaded on the YouTube channel. We'll share the link on our WhatsApp community group. For that, what you need to do, go ahead and follow us on our WhatsApp community group. And please go ahead with the announcement option also. So no batch shifting and no amount will be refunded. All the sessions recordings and notes will be accessed through the LMS Graphy. Right? And Logic Lab support team is always available to help you out from Monday to Saturday between 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. The numbers are given on the screen. You can always call them, or in case you want to mail them, just drop in the mail at support@logiclabstech.com. If you have any batch related query, like if you want to ask me something which we have discussed in the session is not clear to you, on the very third day of the demo session, I'll provide you my personal email ID from where you can always mail me. Where you can always mail me regarding the demo. You can share the screenshot also if you face any issues. I'll be there to help you, right? Or you can ask in the very next day. On the very next day, you can ask the questions. Is everything clear till now? Is everything clear till now? Student, one more thing. I want my session to be very interactive. I don't want it to be dumb, right? And I want every student to interact with me, whether through the chat box or whether by raising your hand. That will be helpful for me also to understand whether my students are getting me or not. And that will be helpful for you also. That makes the session interesting. Let's proceed with the session now. Let's proceed with the session. First of all, let me tell you, sorry, I wanted to let you know the course fee. It's 4130 INR. 4130 INR, and that is 50 USD dollars. And the duration of the course is 40 days. Timings, as you know, 7 p.m. as per Indian Standard Time. Now let's proceed with the session. So hope everything is clear. Let's proceed with the session today. First of all, let me introduce Python with you. Now, what is Python? Python is, we know, it's a programming language, right? Now, it is the hottest programming language which is running nowadays. Now, if we talk about the Python students, it is a general purpose It is a general purpose. Why it is general purpose? Because in every field we are using it. Even in schools, even in hospitals, everyone is using this Python language, right? Even if we go ahead with the automation industry, we can their sensor programming is also working with the Python. So Python is what is this a general purpose. Simple. Why it is simple? Once you start learning it, you'll come to know that it is very simple. Just you need to follow each and every day. You need to go ahead and follow me each and every day and practice. Of course, 1 hour practice will be fine with you. If you'll practice for 1 hour daily, you can do miracles in Python. Now, platform independent, highly interpreted, and high level programming language. Now, how it is platform independent, how it is highly interpreted, and high level programming language, these are the key features to this. So, we'll discuss about it in details. Before that, let's proceed with the applications which we can develop by using Python. So, what all are the applications we can develop with the help of Python? Anyone? Anyone can tell me? Any one of you? Students, be interactive, please. What kind of applications? See, as I've told you, it is a general purpose, simple, platform independent, highly interpreted, and high level programming language. This is about the Python. Now, applications one can develop by using Python. Let's discuss that. See, web application, website developments. We know that. We can go ahead with, as we are going ahead with Java, some of the students must be having the knowledge of Java, C, C++. But with the Python also, we can also go ahead with the website developments. If we want to develop our career in the gaming applications, right? I want to develop the gaming applications. I need to have the knowledge of Python. Just a second, student. Of course. Now, if you want to build your career in artificial intelligence, right? AI. Google has a Gemini, and with the AI, we can proceed. If you want to go ahead with AI, for that, you need to go ahead with machine learning and deep learning and all. Now, if you want to build your career in that, you need to have the knowledge of Python again. Graphical user interface applications one can develop. Image processing applications, text processing based applications, business applications we can develop with this, YouTube and all, because that is audio and video based applications. We can proceed with that also. Now, web scraping, harvesting applications, data visualizations, we can do even with the help of AI. Now, how is this, how it is helpful in harvesting? If we are using, even the farmers are using this, how come? Because they just click a picture of whatever they are facing, the issues they're facing with their plants, and the AI is there to help them. They'll come to know what actually the problem with their plant and they can actually sort it out. So everywhere, Python is running and Python is helpful when AI. For AI, we need to have the knowledge of Python again. Now, we can also solve numerical and complex mathematical operations. Now, with MS Office, we have MS Excel also. We can solve the mathematical operations, but what about the complex mathematical operations? If we want to know and solve the complex mathematical operations, we should go ahead with Python. Software development, operation system installers, CAD and CAM-based applications, automation industry, if you want to build your career as a data analysis, data analytics, education program, hospitals, everywhere, right? So this is about applications one can develop by using the Python. Now let's go ahead with the history of Python. Now, before starting, this is about the Python. Now, before starting with the Python, we need to know the history of Python. That is very important. After that, versions of Python, which MNCs are using. Now, third one, downloading process of Python. Then features of Python and inspiration of Python. It is inspired from what? So let's start with the history of Python now without wasting the time. Any questions till now? Any questions till now? Yes or no? Quick response from you people. Only one student is responding. Good morning, everyone. Are you sleeping in the session? Make it interactive, students. Make it interesting. Let's proceed further. No questions. Good. So all of the students are from India itself? Tell me. All the students are from India itself? From Canada, okay. Some of the students are from India. Okay, from US, good. That sounds interesting. Let's proceed. So in Canada and US, it's morning, right? So good morning to you people. Yes, let's proceed now. See, it sounds interesting. It makes class interesting. Otherwise, I'll keep on giving the lecture and you'll keep on listening me. That is what we are going to do in the class. I want it to be interactive, so I request you all to go ahead and be interactive with me. Let's proceed now. Now, let's proceed with the history of Python. Now, what is history? Now, Python is a language which was conceived in the year 1980. Means Guru van Rossum started working on Python in year 1980, right? It is a general purpose programming language used in many application developments. As I've told you that it was conceived in the year 1980 and implemented in the year 1989. But officially, if we talk about it, means it took 9 years to develop this language. But officially, still it was released in year 1991, February 20. Guido van Rossum developed this language, who was the father of Python, and he developed this language at CWI in Netherlands. CWI is what? Central Wiskunde Informatica Institute in Netherlands. Now, ABC programming language is the predecessor of Python programming language. And now also it is managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization, that is Python Software Foundation in Netherlands. Right? He is taking care, the Python Software Foundation is taking care of this language. It is in Netherlands. Now, official website of Python Software Foundation is www.python.org, from where we can easily and freely download this language. Now, what about the versions of Python? See, I've told you that we have the different versions. Right now we have three main versions of Python. Versions are what? It is the numerical identity given to the product or the project vendor. Now we have three versions, as I've told you: 1.x, 2.x, and 3.x. Now, if we talk about 1.x, 1 is the major version and x represents the minor version, like x 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 till 7. These are the minor versions, where 1 is the major version, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 till 7 are the minor versions. But now, Python first version is outdated and Python does not support the backward compatibility. Some of the companies are still using Python 2.x. 2, where 2 is the major version, x represents the minor version. Like we have x, 1, 2 till 7. Now, if we talk about the third version, which is the latest version, it is where third is the major version, and we have, right now we have is Python 3.30. Python 3.13, 3.13.1. So I request you all to go ahead and download the latest version from www.python.org. Now, let me make you understand how to go ahead and download this. Let's go ahead and understand this. Now, just go to Chrome, just go to the official website of Python, www.python.org. Just click on this. You will get the screen like this. Once you'll get the screen, you can see the downloads or releases we can check from here. Source code, Windows for Mac OS, for everything we have here. Documentation, community, success stories, news, events, everything. But we need to download it. So what I need to do is just go to Python 3.13. 3.13 released in October. So it is the newest version. Now, if we talk about the versions after this, 0.1, 0.2, 3.13, you know, 3 is the major version, 0.13 is the minor version. What is about 0.1? When the minor changes takes place, they make it 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. They'll do like that. Right? Now, see, it's mentioned here that Python 3.9 plus cannot be used on Windows 7 or earlier. So please just take care of this. Right? Just click on this, it will start downloading. It will start downloading. Now, once you open this, what happens, because I already have this, you need to install it. And what you need to do, you need to click on all the options. Even if you'll get the IDLE shell, you will get the pip. Click on all the options and then click OK. You'll be able to download it. Clear with you? Clear with you? Any questions? No answer again. No answer again. Any questions, students? No questions. Good. Now, after this, once you'll download this, you will get the screen like this. You will get the command prompt. This is Python command prompt. You will get the screen like this. Now, from here, you can make the changes. From the properties, you can choose the font of your choice, the size of your choice, everything. You can go ahead with the layouts, colors, terminal, everything. You can make the changes in this. So this is about the Python command prompt, right? You will get the screen like this. Now, after this, let's proceed with the features of Python. Now we know about the versions, we know about the history of Python, we know about the versions of Python. After that, we are going to talk about the features of Python. Now, once we talk about the features, Python has 11 features. Python has 11 features. Now, what all are those features if we talk about? See, if we talk about the features, features are what? First of all, we need to understand what are the features. Features are the facilities which is provided by the language developers in the language, right? And used by the language developers for developing the language. What type of developing? What for real-time applications? They take the help of features. Now, as I've told you, Python has 11 features. What are those? See, features of a language are nothing but the services or facilities provided by the language developers in the language and used by the language programmers for developing the real-time application. Now, Python has 11 features. First of all, first is simple. As we know, we've discussed, Python is a simple programming language. Freeware and open source, platform independent, highly interpreted. See, told you, interpreted programming language, dynamically typed programming language. high-level programming language, robust, extensible, embedded, both functional and object-oriented programming language. Also support the third-party APIs. What is API? API is application programming interface. What type of application programming interface? We have NumPy, we have Pandas, we have Matplotlib, we have Keras, Seaborn. So with it also support the third-party APIs. These are the 11 key features of the Python. We'll discuss about it in details. But before that, we need to understand that it is inspired from what? It is inspired from the 4 different programming languages. Now what? First, it has learned functional programming from C, object-oriented programming from C++, modular programming language from Modulo 3, and scripting it has learned from the Perl, right? So it is inspired from the 4 different programming languages. Now let's start with the features. Now features. First feature was simple. Simple. Why it is known to be a simple programming language? Python is known to be a simple programming language because of its 3 important technical features. It has 3 important technical features. Now, what are those? First feature, if we talk about it, Python provides rich set of APIs. Now, what is APIs? APIs means application programming interface, as I've told you. Now, APIs are also known as library, so that programmer can reuse the predefined code. Whatever code we'll write in this, we can also use it, reuse it, right? We need not to write the new code all the time. So Python-based applications are easy to develop. That is one of the reasons it is known to be a simple. Now, API. API is a collection of what? It is a collection of modules. And module is a collection of functions, variables, and classes. We'll discuss about the functions, variables, and classes, and modules also in details. Like calendar, maths, CMaths, OS, read, random, etc. So these are the predefined modules, which is always there. We just need to import them and we'll be able to use it. Right, while proceeding with the Python. But some of the modules we need to develop, which are known as programmer-defined modules. We'll do that. We'll discuss about them in details. Second factor, Python programming language provides the garbage collector facility. Now, whatever I'll store in this, what does it do? Everything, whatever we are stored, will be stored in the form of, first of all, objects. Even the Java is, whatever we are saving in Java, that is also stored in the form of objects. But if we talk about the Python programming language, it provides the garbage collector facility whose role is running of regular Python program for collecting or removing the unused memory space, which improves the performance of Python-based applications. Right. How actually it works. Let me show you. Let me show you practically. See, if I have this Python command prompt, I'm writing A is equal to 10. Now, if I write print A, I'll get the output. Now I'm writing A is equal to 12. Now, if I write print A, I'll get 12. Now, what has happened to 10? 10 is what? It is already removed by the garbage collector. It always removes the latest object. It always, it always remembers the latest object, right? So whatever, the variable A, it will remember A is equal to 10, it will forget. Garbage collector will remove it. That is why its performance is improved. It's garbage collector facility. So Python program removes a Python program for garbage collector facility is helpful in removing the unused memory space, which improves the performance. And garbage collector also takes care of the automatic memory management. Third factor. This is about the 2 factors. Now, third factor is what? Third factor is user-friendly syntaxes. Now, it's user-friendly syntaxes. Python programming provides the user-friendly syntaxes. Now, some of the students are from non-IT background. The syntaxes are what? Syntaxes are exactly similar to the formulas. And as we know, in the mathematics, we have the formulas. In the programming, as a programmer, we use the syntaxes. So Python programming provides the user-friendly syntaxes so that the Python programmer can develop the error-free programming programs in limited span of time. We just need to follow the syntaxes and we'll be able to do that. Second feature. It is platform independent. Now, how come it is platform independent language? Now, if we talk about platform independent, because its data types remains same on all types of OSS. Now, what is OSS? Any one of you can tell me what is OSS? OSS, what is that? Answer from you guys in the chat box. No answer. Operating systems. Perfect. Operating system. Now, as we know that its data types remains same on all types of courses. Now, what is data type? We'll discuss about it again. Now, what is data type? We'll learn that. Got it, Rainy? Now, in effective platform-independent language, all types of values will be stored in the form of objects. That is what I've told you, that whatever we'll store will be stored in the form of objects. And we can store the unlimited amount of data in this. That is the only reason. We can store the unlimited amount of data. Even Java is object, even if whatever we are storing in Java, that is also stored in the form of objects. But if we talk about Java is what? It is size restricted. Whereas Python objects contains the unlimited size and unlimited values can be stored in this. Why? Because everything is stored in the form of objects. This is about the platform independent language. Now, this is because we can store everything in form of data types. All it is useful in all types of OSS. Whatever we are saving, that will be remain same on all type of. What is the difference between dependent language and independent language? See, dependent language is what? Platform independent language. But before that, we need to know what is platform dependent language. Platform dependent language is nothing but type of OS being used to run in platform, dependent language. What happens? Data types differ from one OS to the another OS, right? And platform is nothing but type of OS being used to run the application, right? Now, platform dependent, as I've told you, its data type differs from one OS to another, but independent, its data type remains same on all types of operating systems. Third, freeware and open source. Now, third is freeware and open source. What do we understand by freeware and open source? Freeware. Why it is known to be a freeware? Because it can be freely downloaded from its official website. That is www.python.org. So have you understood the downloading process of Python software? Have you understood the process of downloading Python? Yes, good. Good. Now, open source, freeware and open source. Now, open source is what? The standard name of Python is a C Python. Good. So the standard name of Python is C Python. Some of the company vendors came forward and customized the C Python and they are using their customized version as their in-house tools, right? In their companies. Like if they want to run the Java-based applications, they are using JPython or Jython. We have the examples of this. IronPython or IPython, which is used for running the C#.NET application. See, distributors are coming forward and changing its name according to their usage. JPython used for running Java-based applications. IronPython or IPython used to run C#.NET applications. MicroPython used to develop the microcontrollers. RubyPython used to run the Ruby-based applications. And if we want to run the big applications, big data applications, for that we have the Anaconda Python. So companies are using, the distributors are using their own versions of the Python. Let's proceed further with the fourth feature, dynamically typed programming language. Now we have two types of programming language. One is static type and second is dynamically typed. So what is the difference between static type and dynamically typed programming language? Now, when we talk about the static type programming language, students, declaration is mandatory there. If we talk about Java, C, C++, declaration is mandatory. Declaration of variable like A is equal to A is 10. Now, let me show you the example. See, practically, we'll discuss about it. Now, A is equal to 10. I'm writing this, right? Now, print A, type of A. Now, I'm writing like this because this is a Python programming language. So, this is dynamically typed programming language. It will automatically specify the variable, what type of data type it is. See, this is an integer type, whereas if we talk about the static type, declaration is mandatory there. Right? In the Java, in the C, in C++, we need to write integer A, B, C, then only we'll get the output. But dynamically typed programming language, we need not to specify it. Let me write B is equal to 11.2. Now, let's check. Print B, type of B. Let's check what type of line. See, this is a class flow. Right? We need not to clarify this. Now, C is equal to A plus B. Print C, type of C. Again, float. Understood the difference between both? In the static programming language, in the static type programming language, C, declaration is mandatory. But as I've told you, Python is a dynamically typed programming language. In this, we need not to specify the data type of the variable. As I've given you the example, A is equal to 10, B is equal to, I've given you the different examples, and you will get the output in the same manner. So all the values in Python programming are stored in the form of objects. Clear to you? Clear to you, students? Understood the difference between both? Good. Good. Let's proceed with the next feature. Next is what? Interpreted programming language. Now, interpreted programming language, what do we understand by that? Just hold for a second, students. Sorry, students. Let's proceed. Now, interpreted programming language. What do we understand by interpreted programming language? So whenever we develop any Python program, we need to, of course, give it to the give some file name to it. Now, and whatever file name we'll give, we need to save it with .py extension. .py extension, saving that file is mandatory. So whenever we are doing this, two processes takes place internally, right? Two processes takes place internally. Now, what are those processes? What are those processes? One is a compilation process and second is a execution process. Now, while talking about the compilation process, what happens in the compilation process? Whatever source code, because file name is saved as dot with dot py extension, right? Am I audible to everyone? Am I audible, students? There was some issue from my side. Yes, okay, fine. In the compilation process, let's understand this first with the flowchart. See what happens. I've saved one file with the .py extension. Now, whenever I saved one file with .py extension, this is a Python source code. Now the compilation process will start. What happens in this case? Now in the compilation process, it will check for the source code line by line. Whatever code I have written, it will check for it line by line and convert it into the intermediate code. Intermediate code. What I've told you, that the name of Python is CPython, right? So whatever we'll save will be saved in the intermediate code with .pyc extension. That is a bytecode. And this is an internal process. I have saved one file with .py extension. Now the compilation process will check for what? It will check for the syntaxes. It will check for the syntaxes. If no error found, in that case, what will happen? It will change it into the intermediate code, that is a bytecode, with some .pyc. And later, PVM reads it, read it line by line, and converts it into the machine understandable language, that is a bytecode which is understandable by read by the OS, and finally gives the result in the format which the end user will understand. Let's understand with this now. Python source code submitted to the Python compiler. We are source code we are submitting to the Python compiler. It reads the source code, check for the errors by verifying the syntaxes. See, it will verify the syntaxes. If no error found, then Python compiler converts it into the intermediate code called bytecode with extension .pyc. Now, please remember, this is an internal process. If error found, then that error will be displayed on the console. If no error found, then what happens? The PVM. What is PVM? Python Virtual Machine. PVM is one of the program in Python software. Its role is to read the source code line by line and convert the bytecode into the machine understandable code. Now, PVM, Python Virtual Machine, reads the Python intermediate code, which is a bytecode, line by line, and convert it into the machine understandable code. What is that? Machine always understands the binary code, read by the OS, and finally gives the result. So in every Python program execution, compilation process and execution process takes place by converting it, reading it line by line. And this is the interpretation-based programming language. That is the only reason it is known as interpreted programming language. Now, as I've told you, PVM is what? Python Virtual Machine. It is one of the program in Python software whose role is to read it line by line of bytecode and convert it into the machine understandable code, which is a binary code. Clear to you guys? Clear to you guys? Next is Next is what? High level programming language. Next feature is high level programming language. Student, now we need to understand there are two types of programming language. One is a low level programming language, and second is a high level programming language. Now, low level programming language is what? Now, in the low level programming language, we have binary system. How many number system do we have? Students, tell me first. How many number systems do we have? Decimal number system, binary number system, octal number system, and hexadecimal number system. Now, we know that you must have learned about the binary number system, octal, hexadecimal. The decimal number system is a number system which is understandable by everyone. Even you, me, everyone understands the decimal number system. Whatever we are writing is in decimal number system. Now, what about the binary number system? In the low level programming language, whatever we'll store in the binary format. See, for that we need to, what is it? How come we know that this is a binary number? We need to follow the syntax. We need to use a 0B for that. Now 11110111101. We know that in the binary number we have 1 and 0 only. Whatever we are storing in the binary number system, in Python, if I write print A, type of A, it will automatically convert it into the decimal number system format, which is understandable by the end user. Now, if we talk about the low-level programming language, whatever we are storing is octal number system, in binary number system, or in hexadecimal number system that is not understandable by the end user. Right? They cannot be converted automatically, but in high level programming language, it can be automatically converted. Now let's follow the syntax and understand the octal number system. For that, we need to use the syntax. We need to follow the syntax 0O because this is an octal number. We can use the uppercase O also and lowercase O also. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2. That is okay. Let's go ahead. Now, print B. Type of B. Automatically conversion takes place. C. Converted again. Now, third, if we talk about hexadecimal number system, C is equal to hexadecimal will be preceded with 0x. Follow the syntax 0x. Now, 1, 2, FAC. Let's go ahead and do this. Now, print C, type of C. Converted again. So, if we talk about the low-level programming language, we represent the data in the lower level data like binary, octal, and hexadecimal. And this is not by default understandable by the programmer and the end user. But in the high-level programming language, if we store any data, whether it is in binary number system, whether it is in octal number system, whether it is in hexadecimal, in the high-level programming language, the automatically conversion of it into the decimal number system takes place, which is understandable by everyone. Even you are understanding it, I'll understand it, everyone will understand it. Clear to you guys? Clear with everyone? Now we'll discuss about all these in details. We'll discuss about all these in details once we are done with the features. How actually this conversion is taking place and how and what are the data types, we'll discuss about it. Is this clear till here? Yes. Yes. Now let's wind up the session now. Let's wind up the session now. If you have any questions, just raise your hand or drop the message in the chat box. I'll answer you. Rest, we'll discuss tomorrow in the next session. Any questions? You can raise your hand or just drop the message in the chat box. No questions. Waiting for your questions. Monica. Okay, Monica wanted to ask me the question. Okay, Monica, please unmute yourself. Monica, you need to unmute yourself. Then only you'll be able to talk to me. Do you want to ask anything? Do you want to ask anything?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Monica. Now you're audible. Yes.
Okay, my question is means if we do not declare the data type, by default it is int, right?
Yes. See, no,
Okay.
it's not by default, it isn't.
Oh,
No. If it is an integer data type, then only it will be int.
no,
If
the example which you mentioned here, like you have given a is equal to in the binary format, and then when you are asked print a, type a, so then the number is being displayed in the integer form, right?
yes, the thing is binary number system, octal number system, or the hexadecimal system will be automatically in the decimal number system format and in the integer data type only. Okay, we cannot go ahead and I cannot write like this. If I want to go ahead with the float format, if I write A is equal to 0B, 0B, 1111, then if I again write 0B1111, I'll get the error, invalid decimal literal. So by default, it will be the integer data type only.
Okay, thank you.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, fine. So anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. No questions? So let's wind up the session now. Today was the first German session. It's over now. Students, if you have any queries relating this batch, just go ahead and join the demo. Just go ahead and contact our support team. And if you like the session, go and enroll yourself. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Till then, take care of yourself. Keep practicing. Thank you.